G'day, I'm Ali Ammo. You may know me from Planet Positivity on YouTube. And this is my podcast. It's called A Lease on Life. This podcast was created to explore the web of life philosophy, also a work of Ali Ammo. I've recently written a book that explores the philosophy, but the written word versus the spoken word, that's two different ball games right there. And because I introduce this to people all around the world, people from all walks of life, through my travels to 27 countries, I know firsthand that things resonate with people a lot better when things are in person. And although I try to speak to a lot of different people, the best way to reach a large audience rapidly is to have a podcast. So this is my way of bringing the book to life and exploring the elements of the philosophy as in depth as possible. So you may have heard the concept, the web of life, before, but it's only ever been this abstract ideology, and it tries to encapsulate the magnitude of threads that bind humanity as one and all of the interconnected parts of life and of humanity. For example, Deepak Chopra says the web of life is a tapestry of relationships woven from the threads of our actions, thoughts, and emotions. And the idea of actions, thoughts, and emotions are types of cycles that I explore in the philosophy. So there's mental, emotional, and physical cycles, which are your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. And so the relationships itself is actually one of the concepts. There are 8 concepts that create the web of life, which I call the fundamental elements. So relationships, which is connected to environment. We've got beliefs connected to history, experiences connected to childhood, and energy connected to science. And those are the 4 strands, each with their own specific name. And every time we do an episode, yes, we'll be focusing on one of the elements, but what you will find is that every time you discuss one element, you will find yourself connecting it to the counterpart. So our first episode will be looking at beliefs, and you will find it is very quickly going to be a conversation about history as well. And the reason we have issues in our lives are because we get stuck in cycles in our webs, and you get bugs caught in your webs from your experiences, and then instead of weaving around your web with ease and flow like a spider, you end up spiraling around this bug, and then your mental, emotional, and physical cycles have you doing the same thing over and over again. And this podcast is also about how to break the cycle, because I've figured out how we make cycles and how we break cycles. But not everybody reads books. Not everybody does the whole audiobook thing. So another platform and another method for me to start a conversation with people is to take it to the podcasting realm. So this podcast is for people who are into spirituality and the metaphysical, people who are on a journey of self-discovery, self-development, personal growth, and you want to expedite that process and be able to understand yourself in a way that is new and different and makes you look at yourself more objectively, then this podcast is for you. If you want to deepen your connection to yourself, your self-understanding, but also in a way with a formula that is simple, practical, and relatable, and a formula that can also be applied to any person you know and everyone you can ever meet in your entire life, this podcast is for you. And the reason you should listen to this podcast is so that you can improve your understanding of yourself, the how, the why, and make an informed decision on the things that serve you and the things that don't, the cycles that stop you from moving forward in life, and recognize the mental, emotional, and physical cycles that keep you going around in circles understand the inner workings of them. And once you understand and recover yourself from that, you can master the self and break the cycle. So if you'd like to learn about you, about humanity, to deepen your connections with yourself and one another, understand how cycles are made, and understand how to break them, this is the podcast for you.